Alright there, YouTube, or more specifically, you're right there, LGU. It's Crackoon again, bringing you another gameplay slash commentary. Weirdly enough, I brought a gameplay quite similar to this last time, in which I was going flawless for pretty much the entire game, using the Mach 11 silence, but then unfortunately died, which happens to also repeat itself in this gameplay, in which I'm using the MPL rapid fire. But anyway, I don't really want to talk about the gameplay too much today. All I will say is, kaboom! Look at that, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But what I want to talk about today is about my holiday in 2009 to the Great White Isle, known as Ibiza, right? And pretty much this gameplay isn't the longest gameplay, so I'm gonna just put to you the most memorable site for me that makes Ibiza the place to go, and then I'll probably end up going off on a tangent or something like that. But first, let me just describe this to you. Within the first hour of being there, this was the first thing to do on the agenda, you could say. Pretty much picture a mile-long cobbled road leading up a slight gradient of a hill, each side being either some kind of bar, club, pub, or a strip club, with many roads, many side roads that funnel off to more of exactly the same, added with thousands of people, including many high quality poon and such. And believe me, if you can't get laid in Ibiza, it's prob's not gonna happen. Plus various half naked female club promoters. So I mean, if you can't get laid, then at least you got something to look at, apart from the strip clubs and what have you. But pretty much there's a load of people all crammed into this road, all buzzing for the night ahead, getting lashed up and getting ready to do whatever they want to do tonight, and whatever tonight may entail, you could say. And that's kind of where the question lies, really, because the big question is, what will tonight entail? Because for me personally, when you're there, there's literally an endless amount of activities to do. Obviously, getting drunk is the main one, but there's a deeper side to Ibiza, but we don't want to go into that. But pretty much the big question is, what is it that you're going to do? Is it going to be going to one of the various super clubs, each built to suit different tastes in varieties of music and what have you? To name a few, there's Pasha, there's Amnesia, and then there's a Space. Them being the main super clubs that I went to, due to the fact is that it kind of tailors to my taste of music more than some of the other clubs. And pretty much, man, Privilege is another club out there where you pretty much got all your place for your mainstream dance and what have you. But I went there once and it wasn't good. I only went there one night and then I refused to go back again. But pretty much you've also got all your other kinds of stuff like Ibiza Rocks, which you obviously can get some kind of rock music along with drum and bass and dubstep and all that kind of stuff. And pretty much I went with like a group within a separate room of about 5 different people of my boys. And then this is no word of a lie, I promise you this. There was about 26 more odd people coming 2 days after who were going to be staying in a separate hotel. So pretty much we went out there with like a little army or what have you. But pretty much when you go as like a big group to kind of one of these places, it literally is just a massive boys' holiday. But obviously you're not spending it all the time with boys, because that would be a bit weird and what have you. But obviously you could go to any of the super clubs and what have you. Or you could just remain at one of the most iconic drinking establishment strips that I've ever seen in my entire life. I was just thinking right to myself, like, to even attempt to try and have a drink at every establishment in one session would only result in a liver dysfunction. or you being exceedingly compulsively ill and sick and what have you. And there you go, I just dived, the dolphin dive to my death, which is pretty courageous, but as you see, I was going 30-0 and then I died, so it's a pretty bummer really, but there's not much I can do about it. But generally, this commentary is kind of wrapping up to an end now. So what I'm generally trying to say, trying to get at, is that Ibiza is one of those places where it will tailor to any type of young holiday goer and will provide an amazing experience. And when I say young, I mean young, me being the age of 17 and still being 1 year under Ibiza's legal drinking age. Pretty much I might do more of these in more sessions and what have you, but anyway, I go 30-1. That's the end of the commentary. Peace.